What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Monday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. We are back after a 2-2 day. It's been sort of a theme for us. We've been kind of flat. Just sort of one of these deals. Florida, easy. I can't get the Big Ten right. Michigan costs me again. Well, more on Michigan here in just 1 second. Max Christie finally burned us, but that was, I said, look, I talked about it. I said, hey, we're going to bet it, but just heads up. There's nobody on the Dallas Mavericks. They've eight players. They very well might have to forfeit games. So that was a pretty risky play. Evan Mobley got scratched. Chet Holmgren went over. 1-1 there. 2-2 overall on the day. Down 0.15 units. So another paper cut type of day for us. Okay. First and foremost, if you so partake, that would be the sound of the milk of today. If you were listening to this podcast, I'm currently pouring a Guinness because we're going to pour it and then we're going to let it settle because you always let it settle. And we let it kind of figure itself out. And by the time that is settled, I will be done with this podcast. And we can go ahead and open up and say it's 10:50 Pacific time and it's almost St. Patrick's Day. If you are going to partake, cilantro, and be careful, be safe, don't be dumb today. Enjoy yourself. It is a festive, fun day. The NCAA tournament is here. I've got 3 bets for you. My first 3 bets. You have these bets on the Discord channel. These numbers are all gone. And I don't feel bad giving them out because I've told you numerous times to be on the Discord channel. And the Discord channel, you guys got them first. bettingpros.com/chat. So all these numbers have moved. They've all moved against where we are. So I'm on the right side of all of these numbers. It doesn't mean that they're going to win, but it's the prevailing opinion as to opening numbers. The books don't know a lot. The books open numbers and they let the professionals shave it down. And we'll see where some of these numbers have dropped a point and a half. So hopefully you guys have already bet them because I already have, and I like where we are heading into the opening round of the NCAA tournament. 3 bets. I'm going to have more, obviously, but I'll give you the first 3 plays of the first round here on the podcast. I've got 3 NBA player props for you guys here today and more. There is a live stream that will happen at noon Eastern time today, lunchtime. We'll have a bunch of people all jumping on, and Terrell and Worm and me, and I don't know how many other people are going to be on. It's going to be a long, fun hour for all the breakdown. Now, some of the things they're asking me to do, I'm not betting, okay? They've got my opinion on certain things. There's bets there that I do not make. I'll tell you my bracket thoughts. I don't think it really matters. We're talking about numbers and betting, but we're going to do that from a betting perspective. I'll give you some long shots. But we love where we are. We're on a 10-1 ticket. Iowa State's in deep trouble, okay? That 20-1 ticket is probably gone. But I've got some betting strategies I'll give you guys. You'll be kind of ahead of the curve as to what you're going to hear on the Daily Juice coming up. Picks and plays that I like. And, I got a couple of interesting ways of betting, not a future, but a strategic way of betting that might be fun, that you might want to do. So we'll do that today coming up at noon Eastern time at 9 a.m. Pacific time on the Betting Pros YouTube channel. Make sure you are there. If you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, all right? Today is the last day if you want to be included for the Allen Iverson jersey. Today's it. Tomorrow, we're pulling the name, okay? You must subscribe to the Betting Pros YouTube channel. You must comment on this video. That's all you got to do. And you are in for the Allen Iverson Philadelphia 76ers signed jersey. Giveaway for that is happening tomorrow. So if you are already a subscriber, make sure you hit the notification bell so when we go live, like we will this morning, you will be notified, hey, Betting Pros is live. You can come in and watch us for an hour at lunchtime today from 12 until 1. Everyone's doing this, but we have a little bit of a twist and turn that you jump in. We have a pick'em contest being presented by FanDuel. Yes, everyone's doing this, but maybe you want to be a part of this. Maybe you want another one, and maybe you love your bracket. You got a chance to go ahead and do that. If you know college basketball, here's your chance to prove it. Take your bracket knowledge to the next level with the brand new NCAA Tournament Pick'em Contest, sponsored by FanDuel. Pick your winners or make your predictions against the spread all tournament long for a chance to win up to $1,000 in FanDuel DFS credits, signed jerseys, and free annual Betting Pros subscriptions. The best part, this whole thing is completely free, very easy to enter. Go to bettingpros.com/contests. That's bettingpros.com/contests to enter our NCAA Tournament Pick'em Contest to be a part of this here this season. You should do that. It's really easy and simple to do. All right. Let's talk about our 3 NCAA tournament plays. Let's start with Arkansas and Kansas. If you don't know what I am betting on this game, you don't or have not been watching the Daily Juice. Arkansas plus 5.5. Current number for that game, by the way, is 4.5. I got 5.5. At open, we gave it to you immediately. Arkansas plus 5.5. Why? KU stinks. Stinks. And I love the fact that John Calipari is going to be in Arkansas. He's going to be in Providence, rather, with Arkansas. Do you know who the Providence crowd will be cheering for? Arkansas. Why? Because Calipari is one of us. He's one of us. He's a Northeast Italian. Providence may be the Italian city in America. You want to talk about where the Paisans live? They all live in Providence. Literally. Calipari's going to have a massive, there'll be Arkansas fans there, but either UMass graduates or Italians, the crowd's going to be on Arkansas' side. Thursday game. Kansas is not a good basketball team. Okay, they're just not. They're just not a good basketball team. I don't know how many times we have to say it, that KU's not any good, but KU's not any good, okay? They may win this game, but covering 5.5, please, ain't happening. Arkansas has played such a more difficult brand of basketball. They haven't won all these games, but they've played Auburn, they've played Alabama, they've played Florida, they've played Tennessee. They lost to Ole Miss on a last-second buzzer-beater shot in the SEC tournament. I was there for it. I saw it in person. Big shot by Ole Miss. They beat South Carolina in a whale of a basketball game. They were down big. They had to come all the way back. They beat Mississippi State at the end of the year at home in a game they had to have. They beat Texas in overtime at home in a game that they must have. They beat Missouri, good tournament team, 16 in the bracket, beat them 92-85. When after they lost to Auburn, Coach Cal told them that they had to basically play like they were in the tournament. Sure, the South Carolina game was a stinker, and that wasn't good. But KenPom has it as a 4-point loss. We have plus 5.5. Defensively, Arkansas is 20th in efficiency and 60th in effective field goal percentage. Kansas defense is good, 11th in effective in efficiency and 15th in effective field goal percentage. But I really think the problem for Kansas is just their offense is so inconsistent. It's not consistent enough. And I like Arkansas's offense a lot. I like their bigs. I like their bigs can step out and shoot threes. I like the fact that they've got multiple players and they're getting their best player back. Boogie Flan's going to play. They're getting their best guard back to play in the tournament, which is just huge to have him available. Arkansas can win the game outright. Sprinkle money line on this, but we're taking 5.5. Arkansas plus 5.5. For 1.1 units. Bet number 2. Let's go to the team that I watched in person on 2 nights ago in the Big West Final. UC Irvine lost to UC San Diego. Their first year ever as a D1 team, and they're 30-4. They've won 15 consecutive games. I don't care what league you're in. You win that many games consistently, that's saying something. Am I fading Michigan for a 3rd straight game? Damn straight I am. I know San Diego does not have size, and there are 2 7-footers on the court for Michigan at all times. Wolf and Golden are problematic, okay? There's no debate. However, I kind of like the small ball UC San Diego because here's why. If you look at turnover percentage, Michigan's offense is 328th in turning the basketball over. They can't keep track of the basketball. Do you know what UC San Diego's defense is ranked in the country in turnover percentage? Second. Why? Because their bigs are really active. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. Their bigs shoot a ton of threes. And their bigs can really make it difficult on you. Now, they're not going to, UC San Diego is not going to rebound the basketball at all. So if they miss a bunch of shots, if they're not hitting threes, and they're a good three-point shooting team, 36.5%, that's 57 in the country, they got to hit their threes. If they hit their threes, this is huge. They cannot turn the basketball over. Good thing for them, they don't. They're 7th in offensive turnover percentage, and Michigan's defense does not turn you over. Their defense is 266th in turnover percentage. So Michigan's offense coughs the ball up all the time. UC San Diego's defense causes turnovers all the time. San Diego's offense doesn't turn the basketball over, and Michigan doesn't turn you over. It's about rebounds, right? I mean, rebounding-wise, we know what Michigan can do. Their offensive rebound percentage, they're really solid. Defensive rebounds, they're solid. They have 2 7-footers. I mean, there's no debating this. Tough to drive into the lane, but that's not what San Diego does. They drive into the lane, and they kick. This Tate Jones kid, he missed a bunch of free throws for UC San Diego, but he was impressive. I mean, he wasn't scared. There was one big for UC Irvine, kind of like Wolf, a little bit like Danny Wolf, not so much like Golden, but a little bit like Danny Wolf, like 6'11" kid, kind of a stiff. He wasn't scared of him at all. He went right at him, attacked him all the time. Look, I'm not sure San Diego wins the game, but I think UC San Diego in Colorado, they'll bring fans. The Tritons are going to have a chance to make some noise. People are liking them to win outright, okay? It's a 5-12 game type of situation. Give me the points. +3. It's 2 now, or 2.5. UC San Diego, +3 for 1.1 units. And then the play that I like the best, and this is the one favorite that I have bet, and this number now is 18.5 or 19 everywhere. You got this at 17.5 with St. John's. One of the worst teams in the entire country to make the field was Nebraska-Omaha. And look, I spent 5 years in Omaha. I covered a lot of games in hockey for Omaha. The Mavericks are a great story out of the Summit League. They got no shot against St. John's. None. Nebraska-Omaha is a 22-12 team. And, I mean, they played UNLV and lost by 11. UNLV's not good. They played Northern Iowa and lost by 20. They're not in the dance. They played Iowa State in the dance. They lost by 22. This is St. John's with Pitino, where they want to kill everyone they play right now. Defensively, it's a huge mismatch. It's a really big problem. According to KenPom, it's an 18-point win, but this is the number 1 defense efficiency in the country up against the 96th ranked offense in efficiency. 19th in effective field goal percentage for St. John's, 69th for Nebraska-Omaha. But the real problem for Nebraska-Omaha is that their defense is god-awful. In efficiency, it's 252. In effective field goal percentage, it's 284. In turnover percentage, it's 321. For 3-point defense, it's 259. In 2-point defense, it's 283. They won the Summit League tournament, okay? And everyone's talking about trash cans and whatnot. They're going to get killed. If St. John's doesn't win this game by 20, I will be stunned. This is a Thursday night game in Providence, okay? Rick Pitino coached Providence to the Final Four, okay? Like, there's going to be so many people there from St. John's. It's going to be a damn home game for the Johnnies, whether they were playing Nebraska-Omaha or not. There's going to be nobody there for the Mavericks, and the entire building is going to be drunk and going for St. John's. This is going to be an absolute, I mean, if Nebraska-Omaha scores 60 points, I'll be stunned, okay? This is like a 91-60 type of rout where St. John wins by 30. 17.5, I laid it last night, minus 17.5 for St. John's here for 1.1 units. All right, so our first 3 plays for the first round of the NCAA tournament, Arkansas plus 5.5. UC, that should be San Diego, not Santa Barbara. Sorry, San Diego. That's a D. I wrote the wrong letter. UCSD, not SB, plus 3. And St. John's minus 17.5. Those games obviously happening in the first round of the NCAA tournament. What are we doing for today? Okay, 3 NBA player props for you guys. Let's first start with Quentin Grimes of the Philadelphia 76ers. And I mean, look, I think there's a couple things to take a look at for the prop bet cheat sheet. So as a prop bet cheat sheet goes, there's a couple of things that we have to acknowledge. You have to first acknowledge that the Dallas Mavericks are an absolute dumpster fire, and they're going to be really hard to predict. They're going to be really hard to really do anything right now. So we'll scratch them off, at least for the moment, for the time being, because I don't think they're bettable. The Sixers are on the road at the Houston Rockets tonight. So you have Quentin Grimes, who is a player that I think we've bet on before. If my memory serves me correctly, I think we've bet him before. But his points, rebounds, and assists is set at 28.5. Okay? Points, rebounds, and assists. You can do points in rebounds if you want as well. 25.5 for points in rebounds. I've actually bet them both. I've done points, rebounds, and assists, but that number is not right at 25.5. I just noticed that I think I wrote the wrong number down on that. It's 28.5, not 25.5 for points, rebounds, and assists. The points in rebounds is 25, but we're going to do a little magic trick there where I just fixed it on screen because it had the wrong numbers. So now it's got the right numbers on the screen. Quentin Grimes, point, rebounds, and assists under 28.5 here for the Sixers up against the Houston Rockets. The projection here for this is coming in at 23.8, 32% positive EV play, 5-star play for us. With that, first prop bet of the day is Quentin Grimes, points, assists, and rebounds under 28.5 for 1.1 units. Second bet, Nikola Vucevic of the Chicago Bulls, points, 15.5, 14.5. I got it at 14.5. I'm going to give it out at 15.5 because the projection is for 19.9. I think it's only fair to give you the number that most books are at. I got it earlier tonight when I was making a bunch of bets and plays, but projection is for 19.9, so I feel pretty good about Vucevic going over against Utah. He's hit this every time he has played up against the Utah Jazz recently. 5-star play, 28th. The Utah Jazz are against this prop. The higher the number, the better for the over. So it's a good number for the over. 5-star play, like I said, in his last 60% of the time it has hit. So we're going over 15.5 points for Nikola Vucevic, if I can say it, up against the Bulls. And finally, Desmond Bane, points and assists, 30.5. We're going to play the under on Bane. This has been sort of an inconsistent number for him. 27.5, he had 30 in his last game against Miami, went over. 25.5, he had 15 against Cleveland, under. 27.5 was the prop number, got to 26 against the Jazz. 30.5 against the Phoenix Suns, he came in with 13. Went over against the Pelicans and the Dallas Mavericks, but went under against Oklahoma City. So 4-3 over the last 7 games for points and assists for Desmond Bane. Under 30.5 at -110. We're going to jump in with that. Okay, so our 3 NBA player props here for today are Quentin Grimes, points, rebounds, and assists, under 28.5. Nikola Vucevic on over 15.5 points. You might get 14.5. I got 14.5, but most books are at 15.5. And Desmond Bane, points and assists, under 30.5 for 1.1 units. The Grimes is also -1. That's the wrong price too. It's -110 for Quentin Grimes. Sorry about the mistake. It's been a long day. It's been a long week for me. Anyways, happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to go enjoy a Guinness, have some fun, enjoy your St. Patrick's Day weekend or St. Patrick's Day here on a Monday. Be safe. Cilantro, like I mentioned, enjoy yourself. Have some culturally inappropriate Irish car bomb drinks for me coming up here today on a Monday. I'll talk to you on the live stream, noon Eastern time on the BettingPros YouTube channel for our college basketball NCAA Tournament first round live stream. Tuesday, back with Terrell Furman for the play-in games in Dayton. We'll get to those bets on those 4 games on Tuesday and Wednesday, coming up on Tuesday as well. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at SportsTalkMatt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.